Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, D-Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab, back in the book. Oh, I got a nice little lesson for you today. Woo. We're going to learn about the marginalia and the purpose and explaining what the teaching is all about. But this is the original teaching, so this is going to be fun. I got my teacher's hat on. That's right. All right. Right-isms. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'll ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through, because that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you're not asking for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not. So we're going to just foolish disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht be true. We back in the book, and I didn't learn the marginalia, meaning the reading of the hieroglyphics. Okay, the original name is marginalia. I'm gonna break that all down for you. So let's go. I'm sad about getting this out the way because it's been gnawing at me. So I gotta get this lesson out, so to speak. So I hope you can follow along. This is right thing. Let's talk about Khepri, the creation myth, and Khepri, who was the one who gave his son Tahuti the marginalia, the writings of God. That's what this wrote. Okay. In Islam, they tell you Muhammad couldn't read, so God gave it to him, and he quoted it to his sister, whoever it was. Okay, same concept. Okay, that's where it comes from. I'm gonna let you know. I got all y'all up in here. Everything we do, it comes from somewhere. I got where it comes from. I like that. All right, let's go. In the original, Khepri congealed in the noon, meaning he created his own body into all forms of creation. This is a picture right here. You see God pushing the boat up out of the noon. He is the noon. He pushing the boat up. These are the 9 guys they're traveling with. You see, that's Khepri right here. And this is Ra. So his title is Khepri Ra. Okay? Khepri Ra. Meaning he discovered, meaning new life, in the sun dish, meaning the sun rises. They go together. Okay? That's how you combine the names. And Khepri, what happened? He then brought forth by emerging into the boat. I just showed you that. And the noon, which is the waters that lifted him up. Okay, with his great arms. He brought 9 divinities with him in that boat. We're called the lesser gods and goddesses, meaning going to be male and female, to help him sustain. You say help him, that means he's male. See, right there. Sustain creation and lead human beings. Human beings can be led on the righteous path to life and what we call spiritual enlightenment. Knowing about God consciously, okay? They got the boat here with 9 of them in there. I done gave you that lesson a few times over. I don't want to do that again, get redundant, so I'm getting down here to the good stuff. So the Lord Khepri manifests as what we call Nabircha, the all-encompassing divinity. I mean, everything under him, he's that and everything else. Your aspirants, right thinkers, we are to say on initiation. Remember, you had to come into the order to get this knowledge. I'm kind of realize now, this knowledge ain't for everybody. And right thinking, I figured it out, it ain't for everybody. So I'm not beefing how many people are getting it. Nah, I already know. Select few. I respect y'all. That's my point. So let's go. But you are to say, I am a follower of Nabircha. That's God. Christians say it, Muslims say it, everybody follow God. Melanated Kim, same thing, same God, ain't but one. If we can agree on that, ain't but one God, you can do anything you want after that. I could kill it. But don't tell me your God's better than my God, you got the high God. I ain't trying to hear that nonsense. Sorry, but that's what it is, okay? One God. We can call him by different names. We can dress it up any way you want, but it's still just one. And if the things you follow that you claim you want, we all get along. I ain't want me no wars. I want me to killing each other because he's this and he's a Muslim, I'm a Jew. We can't get along. Crazy nonsense. Again, I'm a follower of Neversha. Okay? I'm a spiritual being following God's lead, who I know resides in me, in accordance with the writings of the Lord Kepri. So the Shita Netta, which is what right thing of philosophy is the spinoff of, only thing that changes the stories. The philosophy is just Shita Netta, the mystery teachings of our ancient ancestors that I mastered over 30 years, was originally given by the creator Kepri. In this capacity, he is known as Shita Kepri, study of the hidden mystery, the hidden creator of the forms, a.k.a. God. We call Amen the hidden source, okay? But Lord Tahuti, which codified these mystery teachings into what y'all call hieroglyphic text, but we know it as Medjugorje, and these teachings were passed down to succeeding generations. This is how long has it been around? To generations of divinities, sages, and priests and priestesses. I went and got the knowledge from the people who got the knowledge from the people who started. So I'm doing with the original concepts. Moving on. So the Lord Kepri. Now this is right here. This is Tahuti. He comes in two forms. You see a man with the ibis head right here? He's a man with an ibis head. But he represents the brain or the mind of God. Watch this. I'm going to get that point. I'm going to get to that. So Lord Kepri imparted what? He imparted, Ra imparted his wisdom and philosophy of what? Of spiritual existence. She taught Netta to the gods. He taught it to the gods and goddesses, and especially to who? His son, who? Who is God? Who is Kepri's son? Tahuti. Thus, Lord Kepri, the self-created divinity, is the founder of Shita Netta. I'm running bush to get you that, okay? But now the codifier, okay, who's going to break it down? He's the speculative aspect. Who's the operative here? The one who wrote down the teachings of Kepri was his first main disciple. This the original student disciple, okay, teacher disciple. And Tahuti, which is considered his son, has the body of a man and the head of an ibis bird. He also has another form, a.k.a. the baboon. Because the baboons seem to be wise when he's sitting contemplating, looking out into space, they figure he's contemplating, so they use his concept to use that, okay? And that's known as Shitatu. And that's the hidden teachings, and it was conveyed, how? Through what we call Medjugorje, or formerly known as hieroglyphic text. Where did you get these lessons from? The teachings of the Shita Netta were taught, espoused through the spiritual traditions of our ancient commissions, which were related to varied God and goddesses, aspects and concepts that was misinterpreted. But that's the philosophy. Let's talk about Medjugorje. You see right here, which I had that boy. Oh man, all right, I'm working freestyle. All right, no blue screen, none of that. All right, PowerPoint, I don't know about that. See, Medjugorje, this is the sign for the Medjugorje. The flag, which is God, the stylus, which you stand on. You got the hand here, you got the cup here, and then the bird. All these are signs that meant Medjugorje, okay? The reason why I didn't study it, if you want to learn it, they got the white guy who teach it real simple. It's simple, but you got my man, Infudisi, he teaches it very well. But I didn't practice that part of it, so I'm just going to show it to you. You can work on it yourself. All right, let's talk about it right quick. Medjugorje is all about the teachings of the Netarian, traditions that are conveyed in the scriptures. We have scripture. We have literature of the what? The Netarian traditions, aka the book of coming forth by day. And what's meant, know what's meant? Basic instruction before leaving earth. Coincidence that y'all got a Bible? The Medunetta, spelled M-E-D-T-U, sometimes M-E-D-T-U without the D, or sometimes D without the T. The D and the T synonymous. I gave that lesson a long time ago. But it's Medunetta, okay? But Netter is gods, more than one, okay? Neteru. Netter, without the U, one. U, plural. Okay, let's go. And it said the Medu, meaning it's the writings of more what? Gods. The Medunetta was used through all periods by who? Priests and priestesses, and mostly in the monumental inscriptions such as where? Pyramids, texts. It was on the obelisks, it's on the temples, inscriptions, etc. It was everywhere, okay? It wasn't no secret. So if Moses was an Egyptian, he would know the 42 confessions, like not the 10 commandments. I keep throwing that in there. But since pre-dynastic time, it's always been around. It is the earliest, listen, it is the earliest form of writing in known history. Y'all keep talking about the cuneiform. The cuneiform was somebody's registration, keeping track of something. That wasn't a form of teaching and writing. It wasn't mystical teaching, okay? Get it right? The first constructed concepts in history. Thus, these she taught mean mysteries, ritual, wisdom, philosophy. The story, speculative. The ritual, operative. The results is what you do it for. That's the alchemy. That's the chemist. There will be a transformation. You will become what? An enlightened being. You will what? Know thyself. Or, let it know, you remember who you are. What? Gods in the flesh. Spiritual beings having a human experience, but we just forgot who we was along the way. Now, about the Netter, aka, see, Netter, that means supreme being, one. The one. Everything's come from the one. Everything comes from the one. That means the one is what? Everything. Everything is from the. Okay. And the supreme being who are related in the writings of the hidden teachings. And those writings are referred to as Medunetta, or divine speech. The writings of what? The god Tahuti. That's your mind. Your mind is the author of everything you think, say, and do. Did you know that? That's what he's trying to explain to you. In learning the ancient Egyptian God who what? Of the divine word. There was the word, then what? The word became flesh. That's us. Hello? And he gave us everything we need that we can recognize him and us. What? Because we all one. Moving on. Medunetta also generally refers to what? By any commissioned hieroglyphic text or inscriptions. The term Medunetta makes use of the special hieroglyph, the stylus, they call it the pen, which means medu, M-E-D-U, or staff. The phrase was what starts out on 4, goes to 2, and end up on 3. Medunetta is the staff that keeps you, when you get old, lean over like a staff is a support, a walking stick. Well, look at that. And thus means that speaking is the support of the divine. He was always existed, but until he uttered himself into existence, it was just there. Concept, and this is what they're saying. And then you see the staff, the flat, meaning netter, okay? He's the one in the coffin. Thus, now, just as the staff supports the elder person, okay, the hieroglyphic writing, so the word is what? Is a prop or a support, aka the staff, which sustains the divine in the realm of what? Time and space. We are here. We in here. But we got to know who we are, and for us to, when we leave here, to go back where we come from. We fail. Remember the fun? That's all we take it. Boy, I ain't got time for that. But all the systematic nonsense that they take y'all through is really freaks me out that y'all fall for the okie doke, or aka banana in your tailpipe. They just keep stuffing bananas up your butt. Moving on with what? BS. All this science. No, moving on. That is what? These divine writings of the Medjugorje, it contained what? The wisdom teachings, which enlightens us about what? God, the divine. They knew all of this. They knew how to get them. They told you every step of the way. And Shitat Netta, if Shitatu means learn or master, again, self-mastery is mastering a philosophy or religion, whatever you want to call it, a dogma, however, but to master it means you have to practice it. You got to learn it, you got to practice it, and then that, through daily practice over a period of time, you become master. What is more important than master yourself? I ain't got that much time, but nothing. That according to our ancients, and I'm with them on that one. I'll let you know where I stand. Okay, moving on. But the sheet tattoo is mastered. How? This is explained to you again through this daily study of the Medjugorje, the book of information, the book of coming forth by day. When this life is over, you won't walk into the light. It's daylight. Okay, you don't walk into the darkness. But the kicker is, that's how you find the daylight. The daylight comes out of darkness. And the Medjugorje, watch this. And then you, as a right thinker, a spiritual aspirant, you will become, by practicing the philosophy, using it, what happened? You become Makaru. When I came Makaru, the ballgame changed. Whole different ballgame. I get choked up. Why? Makaru is true. When I found that, ding, 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 ding. The world opened up for me. Now all I want to do is try to get you to open up yours. That's all I got for you. That's it right there. But watch this. When you become Makaru, or true of thought, true of word and deed, that means you speak the truth, you know the truth, and you act on the truth. You ain't just blowing smoke. You ain't just whistling Dixie. That is how you purify what? Your body, your mind, and your soul. I do it daily. It's a routine. It's a way of life. I ain't got to be no damn monk. I ain't got to go to Tibet. I ain't got to go no north. I do it right here. Instituted in my daily life. I've done that, and I'm pretty good at it at this point in time. All you got to do is make the time and do what you need to do for you, and put the time in for you in there to what? Study to know you. The symbol, Medu, is a static, while what? The symbol of Karu, K-H-E-R-U, is the dynamic concept. And the term Ma, M-A-A, okay, Ma Karu uses the glyph Karu, which is a rudder, or meaning you're getting something done. The boat of life. You got to what? You got to row that boat. Okay, you got to put the work in. Hello, that's the operative concept. I love this. Watch this. And by doing this, the rowing, your oar, rowing, and a symbol of what? Voice, meaning that purification only occurs through what? The righteous deeds and movements of the word that you profess. If it ain't from the heart, it ain't going nowhere. God listen to your heart, not your mouth. Your words means nothing. Okay, he will know the heart. And people who know this is why you got your pastors, who y'all have the prayer warriors. That's why I go to a guy who a praying man, a God-fearing man. I'm a praying man myself. I'm a God-fearing man. I just don't pray out loud. Moving on. But when it is used, that raw emotion, that knowing God, that doing the things you need to do to promote what? Mayat, by what? Righteous, virtue, order, peace, harmony, and truth. All these are qualities that you can emulate in your life to make you a better person. That's how it's done. They break it down for you right there. We ain't no spookiness, ain't no simple facts. So what happened? Oh, okay, I see. Now, so Medjugorje is the potential word that's in man. Ma. Karu is the perfected word. Again, Ma is the speculative aspect. Karu is the operative. They gotta go together. They have to go together. When I got my street knowledge, I had to learn from somebody who knew the streets. See where we going with this? So again, once you learn it, you got to implement it. Learning it is only half the bit. Okay, that's half the job. That's 50% of the job. You still got another 50% to do, to act on it, manifest it, prove it, and what you perfect the word by what actions. The hieroglyphic text, Medjugorje, it become useful when what? Makaru is the process of what most religions follow. Okay, when they are used correctly as what they call Heka. What's Heka? Words of power. utterance of words, okay, of power. Y'all call them hymns. Y'all got the books and read affirmations, all that. But the ancient Egyptians, words of power, they are to what? Be chanted. Some of y'all call them talking in tongues, okay? But you hear the guys chanting by sung. You can be sung. They sing hymns every week. We got a few hymns out the book. In the words, I read the book. It say all the good. Y'all say all the good stuff. Y'all got the speculative part. Y'all got that. Y'all killing it on that. I give you credit. Yeah, cheers up for all of y'all. Y'all know y'all, man. I wonder how the hell that y'all can know this, but you ain't living it. That makes no sense to me. But when you're singing it, that means you have to know the words. But thereby, one had to what? Perform. When I was a Mason, still is, okay, we had a sign, we called it the sign of astonishment. And they gave us this old babble about when the whiting, the coding on the pyramid at high noon, you had to see it, to look at it, yeah, shades your eye, yeah. And it makes sense, I get it, it's probably there. But Dua is raising up to God, okay, in the sun. Yeah, not being off the pyramid, I get that. Okay, it makes sense. I argue. But the real deal is God. No, Dua is you praising God, that thing up in the sky. And they thought that's the Son of God. God's Son, not S-O-N. S-U-N is there for a reason. They knew that. They didn't think, well, I tell you what, take that Son away. What you got? So yeah, to them it was God. I get the concept. Please understand that they were philosophically very smart and astute in how to just manifest things from nature. They used it to their benefit. Moving on. They understand. Watch this. They praise God for what? That sunlight's in the sky. Okay, they live. And Dua is what? Showing adoration to the divine. Now y'all prostrate yourself, they bent down. No, the old-fashioned way is showing respect. But both hands up. I come in peace, okay? My man, the car is like this, okay? Harmless, okay? Defenseless, no harm, okay? Moving on. I gotta speed it up. Let me get to the end. So now you paying adoration to the divine. Who? The divine word allows the speaker of the said word to what? Control the gods and goddesses. That's the forces of nature that my man, Darth Vader, Luke, use the force. When you are in tune with nature, you can rely on it. Watch this. Who actually are what? Cosmic forces. In creation, human beings, again, are a higher order of beings. Why? We have consciousness. We can think. We ain't just instinctive animals like the beasts of the field. That's why we can recognize who we are, aka gods in the flesh, and they can attain this higher state of consciousness. Why we come into the world? To know ourselves, so the spirit can go back where it come. If they learn about nature, of the universe, and they elevate themselves consciously through what? Virtue, righteous living, and obtaining what? Wisdom, knowledge of self. When this physical body dies, the good part goes back where it comes from. The bad part loses judgment day and get consumed by Amen. So your conscience or who you was will never be reborn. That's it. That's the die twice. The physical body, that's one. The conscious, twice. Why? Because the spirit will go on, just like your consciousness. That's the name of the game. Hope you can understand it. And here's Tahuti again. I told you a story about Het Hadu. She went from being the queen, the lady, to being the lioness, to being the cow. Okay? Those are all different concepts of who you are. And she getting what? A lesson from Tahuti because she forgot who she was. Okay? Sometimes we go a little astray. And above right there, I just showed you right quick. You see Lord Tahuti imparting the teachings. Symbolically, he giving her back her identity, her consciousness. She had lost that. And he took women. He imparted the teachings that he learned from his father, Khepri, to the goddess Het Hadu, who what? Here in the cow form goddess, she became what? Lost in the world after the father sent out to do work. She got caught up. Okay, when we send our kids out into the world, sometimes they get caught up. They can always come home. Okay, always. If you tear your butt so bad at home that you can't come back, no, they say God always forgives, and your parents will always forgive you. I don't get it, but I see. I ain't that dude. Moving on. I ain't doing that. But what happened? She came into the world and forgot her true identity, who she really was. We all born into this world forgetting our true identity. So somebody had to teach us. That's who Tahuti is. That's your conscience. That's God's mind. He trying to show you. I gave it to you for that reason. Okay, to recognize me. He showed her how to, like I'm doing to you, discover your true self. That's all I'm doing. That's just what I'm doing right there. How to know thyself, herself, and how to find what her way backward to heaven, enlightenment. Why? Because if she died, she gonna get failed at the test and judgment, and everybody's gonna be judged. And if your heart ain't right, you ain't light as a feather, you fail. Even the gods and goddesses, yeah, they had to pass the test too. And guess what? The first one was Asar. He passed. Okay, moving on. That's what started. And her father, which is Ra, watch this. Here, Tahuti is shown presenting to Heru the healed right eye of Ra, which is what? Her essence, who she was. Remember, he sent her out into the world. I got some more. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop when I'm here. I got this good thing. I hope you got that thing out by Imaginary. It's all about the teaching, and it's still around. It still works to this day. The truth that I'm giving you, the lesson I'm giving you, comes still from that. How about that? So I'm still using ancient philosophical concepts that's working charm in 2025. All right? Hope you enjoyed the lesson. You know I got more for you. I'll be right back. But in closing, right thinkers, may y'all let it be 100 me, 100 minus a day. So none of my right thinkers have passed away. I got more for you. It's starting to get good.